Chapter 78, Pretension. Sarah was now settled in her new home, which she believed Hyun-ki had bought for her. She was so delighted, because he told her that she could live like a princess in her new house, and that he would give her everything she needed and wanted. The morning came, and Sarah had a good night's sleep, feeling joyful, for she had nothing else to think about but to take care of herself, for the sake of the child in her womb. She went to the dining area, and saw the table already set for her. She was exuberant to find a good meal served for her: pasta, garlic bread, and a hot chocolate. Sarah frowned and called Aunt Manda. "I hate hot chocolate, Aunt Manda. I never take this in the mornings. Please make me some coffee." "Dark coffee?" ordered Sarah. Aunt Manda patiently replied, "You're pregnant, Miss Sarah, so coffee, especially dark coffee, is bad for the baby's health. You need to drink hot chocolate. It will make the baby strong and healthy." "But I never drank hot chocolate in my entire life." "Why do you know more than me?" insisted Sarah, her eyebrows met, about to steam in irritation. "But now, you were pregnant, and Sir Hyun-ki told me to take good care of you, especially your health. A pregnant woman should only eat nutritious and healthy foods. And one more thing, you're the only pregnant woman I dealt with who never had even a morning sickness, not even a slight one, in the morning. You see, they usually puke in the mornings, and others throw up, as if their innards would go out of their mouth. But you seemed like you were not pregnant at all," Aunt Manda observed. "May I know how many months your pregnancy was?" "Did a doctor see you lately?" Aunt Manda asked, which made Sarah nervous and uneasy. "I only depended on the pregnancy test kit, but I would see one soon." "I think I was 3 months pregnant already," Sarah remarked defensively. "Your belly would grow as you go to your 4th month. You should see a doctor soon, to be advised of the precautions you should take while pregnant," Miss Sarah advised Aunt Manda, while looking at her entire body. Then she continued, "You're so sexy even when pregnant. But that sexiness of yours will soon change because a baby bump will show once you reach 4 to 5 months." Sarah got more frightened, and her nervousness made her vomit. Sarah dashed to her bedroom and vomited. Little did Aunt Manda know that Sarah heaved out of anxiety, and Sarah thought it was good timing to be mistaken for morning sickness. Aunt Manda knocked on her door and said, "Miss Sarah, I brought you your breakfast. You have to eat some for the child's sake." Sarah was irritable and secretly made funny faces toward Aunt Manda. She heaved deeply for air, and then opened the door. She gave a weak smile, trying to show Aunt Manda that she felt unwell. "Here, I made a freshly squeezed orange juice instead, rather than hot chocolate. You have to eat, because you are not the only one who needs to eat, but also the baby inside you. Sir Hyun-ki would feel bothered if you won't eat anything," Aunt Manda said. Remembering Hyun-ki, she asked, "Had he told you when he would come? He should bring in more groceries for our weekly budget." "I am sure he would call you when he planned to see you," replied Aunt Manda. Sarah was exhilarated and thrilled to know that Hyun-ki was visiting her. She felt he wouldn't miss a day without seeing her, and would want to know how she was doing while pregnant. Meanwhile, Hyun-ki and Riel were merrily shopping for Sarah's weekly budget, and both threw jokes about pregnancy. "I saw women walking as pregnant. They were like ducks, their butts were protruding, and their bellies were like big blown balloons," Hyun jested. "So, you're making fun of them, huh? And that goes for me too. I guess you'd laugh every day, because of my looks, right?" Riel pretended to be piqued and cranky. "I guess I don't want to be ever pregnant. Anyway, there was your Sarah, who would give you a child." "Humph?" Riel walked out of Hyun-ki, and he got alarmed by Riel's reaction. He rushed to her side and tried to soothe her, wrapping her in his arms. He simultaneously kissed her by the ear, repeatedly apologizing. Then some grocers caught their affectionate display and smiled. After having done their grocery shopping, Hyun-ki told Junie to go straight to Sarah's house. Junie was concerned, mixed with nervousness. "Sir, what if Sarah finds you with Mrs. Riel then?" Riel responded. "Don't worry, Junie. We'll stay in the car. Just bring those groceries," and so Junie did. When Aunt Manda opened the door, Sarah was sitting in the living room watching a show on TV. She got excited upon seeing Junie and asked, "Where was Hyun?" "I'm sorry, but he asked me to bring these groceries. They went to see a movie." "Sorry," Junie lied. "Humph, tell him to drop by next time and see how I am doing." "Okay." Sarah became touchy. "You must also understand that Mrs. Riel didn't know Sir Hyun-ki was caring for and supporting you. What if she finds out? Do you think you would still have this house?" Junie put some sense in her and then left, leaving Sarah dazed. Junie heaved a deep sigh of relief as he closed the door behind him. Hyun and Riel were observing behind the tinted windows and wondered about the look on Junie's face. "You looked as if you got frightened by something," grinned Hyun. Junie sighed again and replied, "Sarah asked for you and told me to tell you that you need to see her and how she was doing, sir." Hyun lifted an eyebrow and asked, "And?" Junie replied, "I told her that you were careful about having Mrs. Riel found about you supporting her and housing her because of her pregnancy. She could not speak after what I said. I hope she won't expect too much from you, sir." Hyun was pleased by Junie's statement, so he tapped Junie's shoulders and said, "You are so reliable, Junie, and worth of my trust." Sarah was still asleep when someone rang the doorbell the following day. Aunt Manda rushed to the door, thinking it might be Junie, for the doorbell ringing was continual. And when she opened it, it was Lily. "Good morning. Have I disturbed you? Sarah is expecting me today." "I'm Lily, her best friend," she said arrogantly. "I would appreciate it if you won't make such loud repeated rings, because I thought it was Mr. Han Hyunaki who was in a hurry to get in." "Oh? I'm sorry. Can I go inside now?" Sarah was surely excited to see me. Lily moved inside the house rudely, not giving a chance for Aunt Manda to give way. Aunt Manda shook her head and mumbled, "How rude." Lily ran to Sarah's bedroom and shook the bed as she jumped on the bed while sitting. "What's the excitement all about, Lily? You distracted my beauty sleep." "Beauty sleep, my foot." "Well, princess of fakery, I brought good news." "And what good news is that?" "It must be good, or else I'll give you a slap on your face," Sarah said crankily. Lily whispered, "Our order had just arrived. It would help if you went with me to get it from my cousin." "You have the money, right?" "Yeah. Hyunki gave me an ATM card when I needed something to spend for. But I'd like to know if we can go out with just the two of us. Hyunki was strict in keeping me out of everyone's sight, which is my most significant worry." "Hey, Sarah, are you losing your great antics now? Get focused and think. This is a matter of life and death. You're dead meat once you were discovered faking your pregnancy." Sarah felt terrible and didn't want to back down. "Okay, that's it. I have to stand by it." Sarah sat down in a meditation position, her open palm under her chin while tapping her fingers on the other. Then, her low spirit suddenly revived and spoke excitedly. "Aunt Manda asked me yesterday if I had already consulted a doctor about my pregnancy and asked how many months old my pregnancy was. So, that's what we are going to do today. I'd make a call if you could just give me a minute." Sarah called Hyunki. "Yes, what is it this time, Sarah?" Then she replied, "I want to see a doctor today for a checkup." Hyunki, with furrowed brows, replied, "I can't go with you. You know that, right? Ask Aunt Manda to accompany you. You can use the ATM card I gave you," he said casually. "Maybe Lily could accompany me. Aunt Manda has lots to do today, and Lily could go with me since she is here. I'll let you know the result soon. I promise to be careful." Sarah made a wink at Lily and had her fingers crossed. "Okay, no hanky-panky, Sarah. Just the doctor's consultation, then return immediately. Don't you dare go against my rule," Hyunki warned Sarah. "No worries, only to the doctor," lied Sarah. And so, the two girls went to Lily's cousin, and while in the cab, Sarah thought of going first to a hospital to look for someone she could conspire with for a checkup result. Sarah and Lily sat on the bench with the other patients waiting for their names to be called. Sarah observed until she saw this young lady eager to be checked up. Sarah sat by her side and started asking questions. "Hi, I am Sarah. What's your name?" The young lady smiled, seemed friendly, and was happy to give her name. "My name is Sarah too." "How many months old are you pregnant?" she asked. "I am not pregnant, but I'm currently doing a research on pregnancy for my thesis. Could you help me?" Sarah asked the other Sarah. "How could I be of help?" she asked. Sarah's cunning worked again. Would she succeed in her plan to fake her pregnancy till the end? Keep following the exciting episodes in the Windows of the Heart series. Thank you.